People today put more trust in the wisdom of this world than in the wisdom of God. They lean on the knowledge of men, on the philosophies that shift like sand with each generation, while ignoring the eternal truth that never changes. All around us, men and women of every race, color, and nation walk through life carrying wounds they don't fully recognize. The divisions between them run so deep that most don't even see them anymore. They've become part of the air we breathe. For Black men and women, there is often a heavy inheritance of pain, anger, and bitterness. Emotions passed down through generations like invisible chains. Sometimes they don't even know why the ache is there. It lingers in the soul as if etched into memory itself, a constant reminder of injustice and rejection. For white men and women, the inheritance is different but no less heavy: shame, guilt, confusion. Many are haunted by questions of identity, wondering what role they are meant to play in a world that constantly points at them with accusations. Both sides wrestle with burdens they didn't choose, carrying emotional scars written long before they were born. Yet here is the truth that the enemy does not want spoken. They are not each other's enemies. They are brothers and sisters, all children of God, crafted by the same Creator, loved with the same fierce and eternal love. The wall that stands between black and white is not natural. It did not come from God. It was engineered. It was constructed by dark powers, whispering lies into both groups, twisting history, inflaming wounds, and wielding pain as a weapon. To Black men and women, the enemy whispers, "You are not valued. You will always be less. Hold on to your anger. Do not forgive." To white men and women, he whispers, "You are guilty. You carry the sins of the past. You can never do enough to atone." And tragically, many have believed these whispers. They bought into the lie without realizing it was a trap. History has been weaponized to blind entire generations. Yet into this deception, Jesus stepped, proclaiming freedom. In him there is no black and no white. There is only God's people, redeemed and united. But here is the problem. The world is still in chains. These are not physical chains, but spiritual ones. Invisible cords wrapped tightly around the mind and heart. The real war has never been about race. It has always been about control. People are distracted, tricked into fighting one another, while the true battle rages above them in the unseen realm. The deception is so strong, so deeply woven into culture, that many will perish in it. The enemy has twisted everything so masterfully that it overwhelms the mind to even try untangling it. So how did we arrive here? How did humanity allow this darkness to take root? The answer is painful. God's people forgot who they were. The enemy has not only divided humanity with lies and racial hatred, he has robbed them of their very identity. Men and women stumble through life without purpose, searching for meaning in shallow things: money, power, success, validation from strangers online, never realizing that they were created for something infinitely greater. Then, in a moment of vision, I was carried into a place like a great hall. It was vast, glowing with light, yet not filled with bodies of flesh. Instead, I saw souls, radiant beings brimming with promise. These were those who had not yet been born. Each one carried within them gifts, a calling, a divine mission written by the Creator himself. But the moment they enter this world, the battle begins. The enemy sets to work immediately. He confuses them, he distracts them, he weakens them. He clouds their memory until they forget who sent them and why. The pure light of heaven is covered in the fog of earth. Some are born into homes where love is strong and they are guided toward their calling. Others are born into brokenness, abuse, addiction, or despair, and they begin to doubt whether they matter at all. Many are swept into the current of society, told that their worth is measured by their appearance, intelligence, status, or productivity. The enemy has built an entire system designed to suffocate God's design for them. How then do we resist this? How do we fight back? The answer is both simple and terrifying. Tell them the truth. Tell them who they are. Tell them why they were created. Tell them that Jesus came to redeem them, to restore what the enemy stole. And in the midst of the deception, I saw a light beginning to rise. Ordinary men and women, teachers, mothers, fathers, workers, students, pastors, refused to bow to the enemy's lies. They discovered their true purpose, and the light of that revelation pushed back the darkness around them. They were not warriors with swords or armies. Their weapon was truth, and with every truth spoken, chains fell from those nearby. Lies cannot stand against truth, and so the enemy was powerless to stop them. Then I was shown a vision of the future. Imagine a city greater than any city ever built, stretching far into the horizon. Sleek towers, glowing screens on every surface, a technological marvel. Yet despite the beauty, something was wrong. The streets were filled with people, yet the silence was haunting. They moved like machines, walking in straight lines, eyes locked on invisible data streams. Their faces were blank, emotionless. No laughter, no tears, no questions. Above the city, projected on towering screens, was the image of a leader. He was charismatic, charming, admired by all. His words sounded wise, his promises of unity, safety, and peace were celebrated. But behind his smile was something sinister. The world would follow him blindly, never realizing that his hands held chains. By the time they saw it, it would be too late. Step by step, deception would lead them. First, convenience. This will make life easier. Then, necessity. You cannot function without it. Finally, mandate. You must comply. People would stand in long lines, willingly submitting to an implant under their skin. An upgrade, they would call it. A badge of modernity, a promise of progress. But in reality, it was bondage. How can this be stopped? Some will listen when warned, many will not. But those who know the shepherd's voice, those who know Jesus, they will not be deceived. The key is to speak truth now, to warn while there is still time. The tragedy is that humanity has forgotten the power of choice. People have been conditioned to believe they are victims of their circumstances. Yet God gave free will as the greatest gift. And still, countless people choose destruction, not realizing they even had another option. That is why the truth must be spoken louder than the lie. Before humanity lie two paths. One is wide, smooth, comfortable. Many walk it without hesitation, unaware that it leads to destruction. The other is narrow, difficult, and filled with obstacles. Few choose it, but at its end waits Jesus with open arms, offering eternal life. Most will choose the easy path, the safe path, but those who truly seek him will walk the narrow road, guided by his hand, and they will find home. So what must we do? Speak truth. Some will laugh, some will hate, but those who belong to Christ will hear his voice and follow. Even now there are those who cannot be deceived. They already walk in the light of Christ's voice. They are small lights scattered across the earth, unyielding to the systems of the world, clinging to Jesus despite the darkness that grows thicker around them. They gather in prayer, in worship, in fellowship, encouraging one another, warning those willing to listen. They are not afraid. They stand firm while others bow. They are warriors of Christ, not with violence but with truth, not with force but with faith. And when the world turns against them, Jesus himself will be their shield. Yes, there is great suffering. Yes, there is heavy deception. But there is also great power rising in those who stand with Christ. Though ordinary by the world's measure, in the Spirit they shine like stars. And when the final days come, those who belong to Jesus will endure. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.